are you? I hope everything is okay. Today, inshallah, we'll start with a new subject as how we write an email, and we have two kinds of emails, formal and informal. But before that, remember that I gave you a homework related to what cleft sentence. So I want to make a small revision to what we talked about it in cleft sentence. Cleft sentence, I said that it's a complex sentence, consists two parts. That's why we called it cleft. These two parts, we have main clause and dependent clause. And that's number one. Number two, I said that we should use relative clause. Relative clause, that means relative pronouns. And we have who for animate or persons, people, okay? That or which for inanimate things, animal or things, okay? And that for animate and inanimate things. When for what? For time. Where for what? For places. And in which for the way, okay? And I said that we have two ways to answer cleft sentence. Maybe it starts with it, and it has a form, and if it starts with what? This initial what? Expressions, okay? We have maybe the person. That means I want to talk about what? Person, okay? Things, that means things inanimate. Time, okay? Place. Here in this sentence, I don't know. Okay. Here in this sentence, okay, guys, try to write your comments in English, okay? Okay, try to write your answer, your comment in English because it's an English class. Okay, John stole a book from the library last week. The person, remember the way we answer. If the teacher write this expression at the first, okay, I will what? Followed by what? The relative pronoun, the person. Which relative pronoun I should use? Answer it, John. Okay, the person who. Excellent, yeah, Mustafa. Mustafa said who. Who? Why I choose who? Because I have a person. Person animate. So I should use what? Who. The person who what? It's followed by what? The whole sentence. Okay, the whole sentence without what? The emphasizing word. The emphasizing word here is John because I talk about what? The person. The person who stole a book from the library last week. Here, we should use is or was. According to what? Was. Is or was. I hate this smart word, okay? Is or what? According to what? To the tense of my sentence. The tense here what? Stole. It's a what? It's a verb too. Excellent, yeah, Lian. Lian said was. The person who stole a book from the library last week was what? Was John. John at the final position of the sentence, and here we have full stop. Okay, John, the emphasizing word. The things who want to answer it. Okay, who want to answer it? Was which? Lace. Okay, lace. Which? Try to write the whole sentence. Okay. Abdurrahman, excellent. Lian, excellent. Umar, Amr Abu Diab. Yeah, okay. Which, okay. The thing I can use it with what? With which or that. The thing which. Which, what? Which stole. Which John stole, okay? Remember, you should what? You should make this and write the whole sentence without just the emphasizing word. The thing which John stole from the library last week. The thing which John stole from the library last week was what? A book. Was a book. The time here. The time. I should use what? What relative pronoun? When. Excellent. Yeah, Hassan. Hassan Shahad. The time when. Okay. When. The time when John stole a book from the library was last week. The time when John stole a book from the library was what? Was last week. The place here, I have this place, okay. Can I change this pen, please? Student, how are you? Back to our class. Sorry for this problem, but actually there is a trouble with the quality of the board, the pen, everything. And back. You asked me about this part, okay, the place. I said, or I told you, when we want to make emphasizing on place or time and it preceded by what? By preposition, we should delete this preposition. Okay? So here, the place in this sentence, John stole a book from the library last week. John, it's a name. So stole, it's a verb. A book, it's a thing. Okay, from the library, it's a place. Okay, last week it's a time. Here, the place. What should I use? Relative pronoun. Where? Okay. Where? The whole sentence without what? Without the emphasizing word. So skip it. Okay. The place. Where? The place where John stole a book. He, without what? Without the emphasizing word. He might emphasizing word. Last week. Last week. Stole. Verb 2. Keyword for what? For past tense. That means is or was? Was. Was what? The emphasizing word. But here, actually, I have from and the library. When I have articles like the, a, or an, I cannot separate it from the word. يعني in Arabic, we said I have المدرسة. Can I separate, I mean الفصل بين التعريف والمدرسة؟ لا. That's here, the library. I what? It's an article for the library, so I cannot separate it from the and the library. But actually, I have a from. From, it's a what? It's a preposition. حرف جر. And I talk about what place. So here I will delete this preposition. A book was the library. Full stop. Here, there is any misunderstand to this sentence? Tell me, miss, please, back or comment. Okay, thanks a lot. Okay, now, if there is any problem, please send it to me on WhatsApp and I will try to describe you how we solve it. Okay, now, how to write an email. There are many things we should know before writing an email. Like what? First of all, we must know that there are two types of email. So I have two kinds of email. What? Formal and informal. Okay, formal that means رسمي. Okay, رسمي. public or official. Public or official. Written to what? To a professor, to colleagues, to boss. Okay, not for friend. Okay, it's something official. Official رسمي also. It's something you will show the respect to the one who sent it to whom. Okay? Informal, that means غير رسمي. غير رسمي. We have the prefix in. Prefix change the meaning. So formal, informal. رسمي, غير رسمي. Suitable for normal situation. For normal situation, like when I send a message for my best friend. Should I use strict language? Actually, no. Okay. Suitable for normal situation. Written for to friend and family. When you speak with your parents, should you use a formal language and grammatical rules? No. You can use the language between you and your mother or your father. Okay? Here, how to form an email. Okay, here we have something we should know it before start writing an email. Part of an email: capitalization, punctuation marks, and spacing and empty line. What the meaning of part of an email? Part of an email, that means أجزاء الرسالة. Okay. No, email, that means something electronic. Okay, capitalization, that means to write it with capital letter. Write it with capital letter. Which word should I use it with capital letter? Okay, punctuation marks. Punctuation marks, that mean علامات الترقيم. علامات الترقيم. Spacing and empty، يعني الفراغات اللي أنا راح أحطها بين الفقرات. When should I leave a space between the paragraphs, the part of the email? Let's take it. Okay. Number 1, part of an email. Part. We have a subject. What we mean by subject? It's like a short title. It tells the reader what the email about. Look to this example. Here we have this. The subject here, every form of an email, it's electronic, it's ready, written, or it's really found in any phone or any computer. The subject, it's what the title. The title to the what? To the my email. The subject here, for example, write an email. So the one who see this email know that this email about what? How to write an email. Okay, this about the subject. Okay, salutation. What the meaning of salutation? That means التحية. التحية, salutation. When you see hello for the recipient. What the meaning of recipient? المستقبل, يعني the one who I send it to him. Okay, the body, it's already the what? It's really, sorry. It's actually about the message. The message. I put the title and I gave the recipient the salutation. Then I will write my message. The things that I want him to know it. Okay, closing or conclusion. That means الخاتمة أو النهاية. It's a word that means goodbye. Here we have goodbye, but actually that means deleted. Okay. Look at this form of email. We have what? We have 4 parts of any email. It's already prepared. Okay. Here, I said we have subject and salutation, body and closing. Here, the subject. here our subject. What's the meaning of the subject? The subject, that means the title of our email. And next, salutation. Hey Nathan, okay? The way I said hello to someone. Okay, then we have what? The body. Oh, body. The body of my what? Of my email. Then I have what? Conclusion or the end of the email. He, capitalization. Capitalization, I said that means writing in capital letter. Writing in a capital letter. We have 4 parts: subject, salutation, body, and conclusion. When should I use capital letter? Capitalization, subject. On what? On the subject. It's like a book title. Okay, look to your books, okay? Action back. It's really written. Action back. Here I have capital letter because it's a name. Actually, I know every name because of what? Because it's written with capital letter, like John, like Susan, like Dahlia, like every name. Okay, in the subject, I should capital write in the capital letter the first word, the last word, and the important word. Look at this table. We have important word and not important word. Like what? People, like teacher, parents, and boy, etc. Places, library, city. Okay, when I see that I have people, places, things like homework, book, action like run, ask, help, adjectives like sick, easy, sorry, adverbs like always, very not, that means I should write it in what? In capital letter. And if I have articles like the, and, conjunctions, that means so, if, as, preposition like in, on, about, I shouldn't write it in what? In capital letter. The first word with the first letter, sorry, in a capital letter. Here, capitalization for what? For salutation. We capitalize the first word and all nouns. All nouns in salutation. Look at this example. Dear. Dear is what? The first word. The first word and all nouns. D. Ihab, manager. Manager. ER. It's end with what? ER. ER. It's a suffix for what? For noun. So, D. First word. Ihab. Actually, it's a name. Manager. It's a noun. Why? Because it's end with ER. D. Professor Smith. D. It's a first word. Professor. OR. It's a suffix for noun. So professor, that means a noun. Smith. Smith. It's a name of a person. D. Mother, mom, and dad. And it's a what? It's a conjunction. So it's not necessary to write it in what? In a capital letter. D. It's a first word. Mom. It's a noun. Dad. It's a noun. And every word else, we should not write it in what? In capital letter. Closing. We capitalize only the first word. Okay, like this. Thank you. With T, the first word. You, no. Best, okay? Respectfully, okay. Another thing. Punctuation marks. Here, we have actually 7 kind of punctuation. I said punctuation, that means علامات الترقيم. 7 punctuation marks. You should use it in your email. Number 1, we have a comma. When should I use comma? When a subordinate, less important clause comes before the principal clause. Like, for example, if you do not go, help me. This is what? This is what? This the main and principal clause. This is what? Less important. Okay, full stop. That means full stop, a period. Full stop is used at the end of the sentence. And the next sentence begins with capital letter. He, Ali, felt tired. Full stop. He went to bed. Okay, he, a new sentence because what? Because I see capital letter here. So the next sentence begin with capital letter. And the first sentence is what? End. For example, and also for abbreviation ends. What the meaning of abbreviation? That means الاختصارات. Okay, Mr. It's actually I abbreviate it. Mr. BBS. Like when I said my name. Dalian T. Dot. I abbreviate here what? My father's name. So I write the capital letter of his name and what? Put a dot after his letter. Okay, colon. What do we mean by colon? Two periods of other. Okay, the use of colon indicate that what follows is an explanation of what preceded it. Preceded, I mean, سابق. Okay, they have some news about the story. I have colon. That means now I will tell you about what? About this part. What is this story? Okay, John's father has arrived. That's it. So easy. Also, I can use colon for what? It is also used to introduce a list. Okay, a list. So here, to travel, you need the following items. Here, I want to what? To mention something. Here, a passport, a visa, and here, I use what? Colon. To what? To introduce a list. Okay. Also, we have semicolon. Semicolon, that means a period and a comma under it. Okay. Semicolon is used to join two independent but related clause or sentence. Look at the example. She is good writer. She has published. So that's like a cause. It's like a reason for why we told her she as a good writer. B. It can also separate clause and conjunction and verbs such as however. Like here, when I have however, it's preceded by what? By dot under what? Upper what? A comma. Okay? Any conjunctions we have it should be preceded by what? By semicolon. And quotation. Quotation marks are used from material this is quoted or emphasized. Like Ali said, I want to tell you what Ali said. It's not my word, it's Ali's word. Okay? I cannot finish my quiz. Exclamation mark. Exclamation mark, that means علامة التعجب. An exclamation mark is used to signal the expression of a strong emotion such as, okay, look at this example here. Okay, I can't wait. Here I have emotions. Okay, here I have expressions. Okay, I can't wait. Help me. It's a panic. Okay, for panic. Help me. I want you to help me. An exclamation mark is used to add and emphasize the sentence. Look at these two examples. Here, when I said, there is a fly in your what? Your soup. And with comma. It's a sentence. But here, when I there is a fly in your soup. Here, I make an exclamation. But here, it's a sentence. It's a normal sentence. But here, when I see it's end with this exclamation, that means, look, there is a fly in your what? Your soup. Question mark. When I put it, use question mark at the end of any direct question. What or who is your teacher? Who is your teacher? It's actually start with WH question and end with capital question. Spacing and empty. Okay, when should I leave a space? Number one, after the salutation. Number 2, between paragraphs. Number 3, before what? Before the closing and after the closing. So should I put as empty for time? After the salutation, between paragraphs, and after the closing, and after the closing and before the closing. He space, he space, he space, empty, and he and empty. Now, what are the difference between formal and informal letter? Okay, formal email and informal email. Grammar, punctuation, and spelling necessary is something necessary. What the meaning of necessary? ضروري. Okay, but look for informal email, grammar, spelling, and punctuations are not important. Not important. When I speak with my friend, should I use a comma and full stop? No, it's not necessary. And also, formal. Do not use what? Contractions. Okay, here I mean abbreviation like am. Never use it in what? In a formal email. I should write it like this. I am. Okay, but here you can use what? Contraction. Okay. Number 3, use formal vocabulary and sentence structure. Do not use slang. Do not use slang language. What the meaning of slang language? That means اللغة العامية. You should use the formal language like my boss. Like my boss, that means it's a slang language. Like my leader. Okay. Don't use formal vocabulary and sentence structure. Use slang language. Here you can use slang language. Guys, if there's any problem with this part, okay, tell me and I will repeat in the next class. But actually, we don't have enough time to continue. And I promise I will repeat all of these